Yeah, I don't think I want that. Well, okay, being paid to eat food, I will take that job, but not on a website like that. No, thank you.
I mean,
Anyways,
like, who minds if like
uh,
you're getting paid just to rub ice cream all over your body? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, but anyways, welcome everybody. We're polar
Oh, great.
opposites.
Awesome.
I'm Chaco.
Oh my god, I'm Justin.
I'm Ashley,
Yes,
better known as Baby Bagel
yes.
on
Today we
social
have a
media.
guest speaker, and we're gonna talk over her. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Um,
no, she didn't want to do video for whatever
yeah.
reason. So
So
you know what?
she's, you know what?
She's gonna be ignored most of the time.
If you look in the background,
Rude.
you will find Baby Bagel. She's a little gremlin walking around eating rice.
No, she's somewhere.
But oh, there she is with her big dollar fucking ball or I don't know what do they call those?
What?
Cancer buds, something like that.
AirPods, you're an idiot.
AirPods?
Oh my
Cancer
god,
buds. So the earbuds, whatever
you're
they are.
such an idiot.
Wow.
You're an idiot.
Oh my
So
god.
anyways, yeah, we're
Anyways, welcome to our Wednesday episode,
yeah
everyone.
our
We were
late
just here
Wednesday.
doing this like a day and a half ago, 2 days ago.
That's okay. We did find some shit to actually talk about. I found some shit that I like to talk about.
Found a couple
Um,
things. I feel like I was scraping the bottom of the barrel though.
why
So
am
how
I
was your week?
hearing? I'm hearing someone's TV show.
Oh,
Anyways, how's my week or how's my last 2 days?
how was your last 2 days?
Last 2 days? The last 2 days are good. Last 2 days are good. I can't complain. There was one thing I really wanted to share, but I don't remember what it was. But I mean, on a side note, I bought myself some organizers.
For what?
Wait. Oh, fuck this upside
So
down.
you can finally get his fucking life together.
Oh,
Heyo!
nice. I have like a little thing like that next to my desk. It's like a very, very smaller desktop
Yeah,
version of that.
this one's wall mounted, so I'm gonna put it like on the stair wall right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it there. It's gonna house like electrical components and wires and what have you. So when I'm building my little projects, the shit's right here.
Nice.
Yeah,
I got my 50th anniversary AMD T-shirt, which we were just talking about.
yeah. Come on, show us your
Uh,
kid. Show
says
us.
it here. And then on the back it has a little bit more stuff. I would turn around, but I really don't want to again. That was a pain in the ass the first time.
Wow, you're like, I'll show you not live, but when live comes, I don't want to show the
You know,
world.
I was planning on doing it again, and then I realized how much of a pain in the ass turning around and like awkwardly squatting in front of my camera is, and I really would rather not do that again. So
Lazy
yeah.
kids. Lazy, lazy kids.
Also, if I keep looking at my arm, it's because I just burned myself making dinner pretty badly. So,
Nice, nice. Good fucking
uh,
job, mate.
fucking stings.
No kidding. I'm not surprised.
Baby Bagel, how was your last 2 days?
My
Actually,
last 2 days were
no, no,
really
you weren't
busy.
here last time, so how was your week? How was your 7 days been?
um, yeah, they've been good. They've been really busy at work, and I'm tired all the time. That's about it.
I feel you. I sleep like 4 hours a day, so.
Yeah, I don't sleep nearly as much as I should. I really should make an effort to go to bed earlier.
Me too. I'm too busy playing video games still.
Same.
True.
True. True. How's hustling tacos?
Hustling tacos, OP.
Nice, nice. I don't know. I really don't even know if you actually hustle tacos. I know you work for like a
I
taco.
don't. I just work in the office of a place that hustles tacos.
Oh, okay. You're hustling
I'm
paperwork.
their office manager. I enable them to hustle tacos.
Sell tacos better, or feel my wrath. And a pay cut of
That.
20%. Good shit, good shit. What are you covering your cat? You try to suffocate the poor thing.
What are
No,
you doing to him?
I'm
He's
just covering his
killing your
face with the cloth,
he's
and he's
killing
Don't
your
hurt
squirming.
my
cat.
son.
He's squirming to get out. He's a little squirmer. Goodbye,
Fuck's sake.
Leo. Okay. So that's our intro, I guess. Everyone's
That's
had
our
an
intro.
alright week.
And if you're not a
Burn the
cat
shit out of
person,
myself.
there's a dog over
Yeah, there's an ugly
polar
hello
bear. Wait, how do
dog
I
over there.
bend my finger? It's fucked me up. There's a dog.
Oh my
Um,
god.
yeah, dogs are better than cats, anyways. Especially that
All
polar
right.
bear.
So we figured it'd be nice to have Baby Bagel on here. We were planning on putting her on video, but as mentioned
But
before, she doesn't want a video.
she's like, I
So
don't
she's
mind.
gonna be giving her opinions today on a couple of the things we have to talk about on the show.
And we'll just cut her
Um,
off more than likely, I'm not gonna lie.
if for whatever reason you end up liking her, you can always find her on Twitch at twitch.tv/babybigel. Join her little fan club of Bagel
Yeah, that's
Bites.
right. That's
Bagel
right.
bites? McCain bagel bites.
Yeah, I think I want to either call. I don't know if I want to call like my community Bagel Bites, or if I want to like instead of calling like bits, like when people donate bits, instead of calling them bits, I don't know if I want to call them Bagel Bites. Something's gonna be called Bagel Bites on my stream though.
Call
Bagel Bites are fucking delicious.
bagel crumbs.
Bagel crumbs.
Because one bit
I could
literally
call
is worth,
bits crumbs.
bits are literally worth, like one
You could
bit is
call
worth
bits
like what,
crumbs.
a penny? Isn't it?
It's like $1 or a penny, yeah, I think.
Yeah. So it's fucking it's crumbs, buddy. It's crumbs, bagel crumbs. You
I
get enough
donated
bagel
Ashley mad bits.
mad crumbs.
Mad crumbs.
Did you actually? Oh, or you're saying they should? The
No,
viewers.
I have.
Why? You know Twitch takes a cut of that, right?
Yeah. It's whatever.
Okay.
Oh, here's showing support.
You're just like, here Twitch, I support you. Indirectly.
Supporting everyone.
Oh
Leo,
my
just because I
God.
grabbed the laser pointer does not mean. Okay, you can play with it really quickly. See it?
Oh,
Run.
shit.
See the laser? Get the laser.
Go kitty, go.
Go,
Ju-
don't meow at me. Just go get it. You're being a mad lazy. Oh,
Wow.
see, I dropped it. Now you fucked up.
Just go eat it.
Here, give me.
Anyways, shall we get the show on the road?
Yes, we shall. Okay.
I'm pretty
So,
tired. I finally know what it's like to feel like you.
What?
Tired.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't do shit with your life, so.
No, I do a lot of shit. I went to the gym today. I was killing it on a shoulder day.
Yeah,
And
you
now
did just
I am-
shoulders today?
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me get the world's smallest violin out for you. On to the important shit.
Not Justin.
Here's our first article for the day.
There's echo.
Chaco posted it.
Someone's speaker's fucking playing.
Yeah, Ashley, you're gonna have to like push the talk or something back there.
I can't really do that.
Oh my goodness. Go sit on the other side of the apartment. Okay. So, Chaco posted an article today. Twitch Prime's latest perk is a Crunchyroll premium membership. Tell us about this, Chaco.
It's Crunchyroll. You have Twitch Prime to get Crunchyroll for 30 days. Just kidding. No, that's not it. So
If that's all you were gonna give us, I was about to bitch. I was about to
Yeah, I would've been
bitch
like,
you
why am I
out.
here? Like, what?
Tell
what
us
am I here
about-
for?
Tell us about the relationship between Crunchyroll and Amazon, and tell us about how you gotta still watch fucking ads with this membership.
do you really?
This Twitch Prime free month, you still have to watch ads. Yeah.
It's serious?
Yeah.
How do you know? Did it actually say that?
Says it in-
No way. I don't believe you. I don't
Yeah.
recall reading anything like that.
Says true premium membership is required to stream simulcast and watch ad-free videos.
There's a damn chicken. I'm here for the Is it chicken? Uh,
What's up, Gizmo?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Okay, hold up. I
The chicken. What
feel like you're
chicken?
fucking lying to me, Justin. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm serious.
Why can't my computer find anything that it should? Oh, so but a premium.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Occasionally there are other benefits. In March, Nintendo announced that Twitch Prime
Oh no no.
subscribers
Hi, AC
can
Darksiders.
claim
What's up?
a
AC?
year-long membership to Switch Online. Babe, we gotta claim this. This year-long membership to the Nintendo Switch Online service is free if you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime. That's
I
crazy. I
have
didn't know
that.
that.
I
Oh,
need
what's up,
to
AC?
look at it.
Ooh yeah.
Oh wait, no, I kind of do remember actually reading about that. Yeah, Gizmo. Baby Bagel is joining us via audio only because she sucks at
She's
life and doesn't want
Too busy playing with the cat apparently behind us to video.
Yeah, so
I just
I don't know.
spent like almost 2 hours on camera, and I just don't want to be on camera anymore.
so.
Like,
Anyways,
I hear 'em.
Justin, you're misreading this Because if you start at the beginning, it says Crunchyroll offers a free library of anime and manga, soon to include original series via its website or the streaming platform, yada yada. But a premium membership is required to stream simulcasts and watch ad-free videos. Now,
Oh,
what
okay.
this is saying is you get the 30 days. Okay. So yeah, if you were a Twitch Prime subscriber, or not, well, I guess yeah, Twitch Prime comes with Amazon Prime, which is what I got. I guess it's like this month or whatever, you get a free 30-day subscription to Crunchyroll if you're into anime. I'm personally not into anime, but the reason I
I like
actually
anime.
yeah, that's why I posted this because you guys always watch that like
Titan, what?
Attack the Titan.
Attack on Titan.
I haven't
That's
seen
the
Attack
one.
on Titan in like a year,
I don't know. I
year and a
swear,
half.
Baby Bagel's watching that like a month ago.
No, she was not. She was watching
I was
Bleach,
watching Bleach.
and
Okay.
then I was watching Zatch Bell. Attack on Titan is good though, and then I was watching Naruto. I like Naruto. I like. I feel like can't remember mad shit, but I like other
Who
animes.
are you, me?
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, see, Dragon Ball Z, I could totally watch that.
Dragon
But
Ball Z is my shit.
oh, I forgot my blinks.
Um,
My blink.
can't believe I forgot Dragon Ball Z.
It's a fucking cat. Go, kitty, go. Get it. Get it. Anyways,
But
so
I don't
yeah,
know. I can't think of anything else. Babe, what other anime do I like?
yo, this wasn't. What do you
Oh, One
watch?
Punch Man. One Punch Man's good as fuck too.
Yeah.
That is the poopy cat. Darksiders. Don't fucking make fun of my cat just because he
Poopy
diarrhea.
cat, indeed.
Oh my god.
It was leaking out of his butt. He wasn't even like actively
Oh
pooping. It
god,
was
we're
just
getting
coming
we're getting
out.
back
That's-
into this again.
That's
Jesus.
disgusting, and I don't want to hear about this.
It
Anyways,
was even more
if you
disgusting when
have
I
Twitch
picked up my
Prime
phone to
and
find
you
it
want to
covered in
ignore
shit.
Baby Bagel,
Yeah,
go
apparently
get your
you
1
do.
month of Crunchyroll. I'm sorry, I
You
don't want
can't
to.
stop talking over me.
I don't want to hear about your cat's poopy butt.
All right, let's move on from the cat poopy butt. All right, look what the fuck you started, Darksiders. Goddamn. One Punch is good. He is ultimate powerful. Yeah, that shit. It kind of annoys me sometimes though, like how climactic it is, and then it's very anticlimactic as soon as he punches someone. It's like, oh my god, this guy's like gonna destroy the whole fucking planet. Blah 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 blah. Punches him one time, everything's fucking awful.
Yeah,
Um,
but
like-
it's such a funny show. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, a lot of the other aspects of it are pretty funny. Puff puff pass, bro. Still,
Prass.
the puff puff pass, bro. Shut up. Don't worry about my stutter. Worry about your damn self.
Oh shit. So yeah, if you're
Alright,
into
so-
anime, go get that 1 month. Doesn't hurt. I don't
Yeah,
watch anime,
apparently-
so I'm not down for it.
Since Shaka doesn't want to fully go over everything listed in this article because he's illiterate.
I mentioned
Something I thought was interesting from this was Twitch Prime and apparently Crunchyroll have had like a bit of a partnership for like 2 years now, a little bit over 2 years. Apparently last year Crunchyroll had their annual anime awards streamed exclusively to Twitch last year, which I didn't realize was even a thing. Like anime awards, I don't know if I would even watch it now that I know it is a thing, but apparently it's a thing. And it also last year Twitch broadcasted a week-long anime marathon before the event, which depending on what they were showing, I'd probably watch some of it. But
That sounds awesome.
You know, they got Pokemon streaming on Twitch like all the fucking time.
Pokemon's a shit.
Yeah, they have Pokemon streaming on Twitch 24/7 Thursday through Sunday.
That sounds dope.
It is awesome. So cool.
You have to see the One Punch Man versus Goku video on YouTube. I'll have to check that out after this. I feel like that's gonna be ridiculous. I feel like One Punch Man has to win that.
So is One Punch Man like he's got like a super powerful punch that just hits you and you're
Yeah,
obliterated?
he legitimately like he was just some random ass guy and he decided to do like a shit ton of like bullshit exercises, but like millions of them. He would do like 1 billion fucking push-ups, and now he doesn't even. He just looks like a bald, super skinny monk. He can just punch the shit out of anything and just instantly kill it. And it's so funny because like everyone's like trying to get all this power, and he's like, "Yeah, I just did like a shit ton of push-ups." Yeah,
I
just
might
some
watch this
stretching,
just
some
to
jogging and some
laugh at
push-ups.
it. I don't know.
No, the show's actually it's pretty good. Like
Yeah.
it does have like Ashley said, really good humor to it.
Oh,
It's just sometimes I want to see like a fucking like epic battle scene like Goku versus Frieza, where that shit's just like
Goku-
mad long, like
Goku versus
everyone's at
Cell.
each other's throat.
Oh,
Yeah, Oh yeah, Gizmo's right. He also does get beat like to hell sometimes. He does some like hit him and nothing really happens. I don't know. It's pretty funny, and also his origin story about like this half human, half lobster crab thing is hilarious. It's like half naked. It's really.
What?
It's just I don't know. You just gotta watch it. You just gotta watch it. All right, moving on. So Chaco also posted this article. Adobe warns users someone else might sue them for using old versions of Photoshop. I did not read this one because it bored me. Just the way the website looks is very bland, so I didn't bother reading it. So this one's on you.
Okay, so this
Oh,
article's by
wow.
Tech Dirt, and I have to agree, it looks really bland. I'm gonna show the world. I'm gonna show the world what this looks like. This is bland as fuck. I don't know. I could.
For some reason, looking at it on Twitch, it doesn't look as bland as when I look at it on my monitor, even though it's the same shit. Something about it being on like a smaller surface area of my screen makes it seem less shitty, but
I suppose. I don't know. They gotta fix that layout.
it feels
This is
like one of those like websites your school would make you go to like take like some kind of random bullshit test or survey or to like get some kind of information for a report.
true, where it was literally just text with like some few pictures,
Yeah, and it
like a
even has like
header.
the bullshit like links to the side and shit like that. Like and then like join the insider chat. Like no one wants to join this fucking insider chat about Adobe and Photoshop. Like fuck that. I'm good.
Jeez. All right. Okay. So yeah, Adobe warns users someone else might sue them for using old versions of Photoshop. Um. So apparently, Adobe started to warn users, I think via email, uh, that like users of its Creative Cloud software applications that they are no longer authorized to use older versions of the company's software platforms. So like Lightroom Classic, Photoshop Premiere, Animate, and Media Director. Legit, I've heard of two of those, but I mean I don't use Adobe ever.
Excuse me.
So
Wow, that
um,
young.
now I guess it's like you have to update. So it's how I'm understanding is that like anything that's out of date that's a no go. Um, what they've been telling everybody is Adobe. This is a quote from Adobe. Adobe recently discontinued certain older versions of Creative Cloud applications. Customers using those versions have been notified that they are no longer licensed to use them, and we're providing guidance on how to upgrade to the latest authorized versions. Unfortunately, customers who continue to use or deploy older unauthorized versions of Creative Cloud may face potential claims of infringement by third parties. That's
That's,
stupid.
that's stupid as hell. 'Cause I feel like if I'm understanding this right, they like bought this and now it's out of date, so like they can get sued for using it.
Well, yeah, okay, see, the dumb thing is something that this article actually starts talking about is how in this day and age, you don't own anything. Like,
Yeah,
even though you give companies and everything money, you don't really own it.
yeah, you pretty much lease everything.
You are like, yeah, you are literally leasing everything. You don't own it. Like, if you think about it, think of how many games you've bought or that you own on Steam, right? If Steam just
I
shut
own like
down,
5 games on Steam.
are you really? Like five?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a lot of people, especially Gizmo. Oh my God! But if you have, if you have games on Steam, if Steam goes down, you don't have games anymore.
I would survive.
Yeah, you've got a lot of other games. Like you'd go to like EA's Origin or something like that. But I'm
Yeah,
saying,
most of my games are like pretty the stock market term right here, pretty diversified across all these bullshit fucking launchers or whatever the hell, game
yeah,
clients, whatever the hell they're called. It's really annoying, honestly. But I guess it's good for that one point. If one of the companies goes under, then you're not fucked.
then yeah.
You
But
would
the
need to
thing
make
is,
sure that game was like downloaded to your computer.
yeah, but even if it's downloaded, I mean,
Well,
there's a lot of games that you don't own them. Even
Yeah.
even if you
well,
don't
the
really own them. Sorry, Baby Bagel.
well, the reason for this letter that they were releasing is because they are currently under litigation with Dolby, which is what Adobe uses. Uh, they use Dolby technology in a lot of their software for Photoshop, Lightroom, After Effects, etc. It's actually technology from Dolby,
Hmm.
and Adobe refused to pay royalties to them. And so that's why they're telling people no longer to use these old versions, because Dolby technically can go after these people using these old versions.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't like paying royalties to people either. I'm not judging them for that.
But you know, I think for me in this article, the thing that was not appealing, that's not the word. The thing that caught my attention most was not the fact that Adobe's like, well, I mean, I thought it was pretty stupid that they're like, well, if you use it, someone else is going to sue you. I mean, okay, yeah, but the thing that really caught my attention was understanding that you don't own anything. Even though you've downloaded it and
Right.
you've paid money for it, you really don't own it. You don't. It's not like back in the day when you had a CD. You know,
Yeah,
I miss those days. Bring back CDs. Fuck,
there's a fly in here, babe.
terrible.
I mean, this is all really Adobe's fault because Dolby does not actually sell their technology to users. Like, it's not for general consumption. It's widely licensed to various companies so that way they have access to the technology and can use it. So Adobe was really just selling stuff that wasn't theirs and they got caught.
Nothing wrong with that. I respect that. That's the American way.
You know, that is the American way. It really is,
I
from
gotta
what I've
persecute
noticed.
them.
So yeah, but so like we may own, like for me personally, like I own Photoshop and Lightroom, but I don't own the technology that it has been made with. Dolby does. And Dolby never told Adobe that they can go ahead and sell that. And if they were going to sell that, they needed to pay them royalties, which makes sense.
Technically, you don't own either of them. Technically, you are part of a subscription-based service for both of them.
Yep. If you're paying every month.
Yeah,
So,
because I'm paying for one of yours. I don't remember which one it was. I think it's Lightroom or whatever.
No, you're paying for After Effects.
That shit, yeah.
yeah, it's
Oh.
fuck. I don't know. I mean, in a lot of ways, like it's kind of a good thing, because then
That's America way. Exactly.
to
That's how we like
pirate
to do it.
everything.
I like pirating shit. I remember back. I don't know if you guys used to do this, but for especially for music, like pirating on like LimeWire and like
Like,
what was that other one, like Napster or some
bro,
bullshit back in the
LimeWire.
day. LimeWire used to murder my mom's computer, man. Like my mom's bullshit, like Windows Vista, like Intel Pentium fucking processor from like 2006 died because of LimeWire. That shit like put all the nails in the coffin on that fucking computer.
See, thankfully for me, I was actually tech savvy enough back in the day to understand and how to identify what was going to fuck you up and what
I was
was.
like 8, dude. And my brother was doing it mostly, and he was not. My brother's not tech savvy at all.
Yeah, so he was sitting there being like, sitting there probably trying to find like a Linkin Park song or something, and it's like 3 kilobytes large.
You know
And
what's
he's
funny is
like,
he
oh,
does
this
listen
looks
to
right.
he does listen to Linkin Park, but
Bro, if
also
he
the
used
funny thing
LimeWire,
was
everyone did, okay? Everyone who
the,
did.
the the funny thing is like I remember sometimes you would download a song and like it would be like I used to listen to, like obviously I still listen to like a lot of like hip hop and rap music, and I would like download like an Eminem song or something like that or a Lil Wayne song back in the day,
Yeah.
and fucking I would like go to play it on like my MP3, and it would be like some crazy ass random dude doing the intro who isn't on the actual song, like DJ Killer, you already know what it is, blah 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 blah, like talking that shit, and he would always like every like 30 seconds he would cut in with like some different ad lib, and it was just like, oh my god, why? Do you have to go find a different version of the song on LimeWire and delete that
Oh,
shit?
Oh my
he,
God, AC Darksiders. What the fuck?
when
When the
did he
DVD
break
burning
you?
You fucking
came
made
out, I
bank.
worked at Blockbuster and I built a custom PC with eight DVD burners. So I would burn one at a time, 8 copies, and sell them at the store. That's crazy. That's a good ass hustle.
Alright, well,
For real.
Blockbuster,
Making bank on the side. Get that bag.
yo, someone's definitely going to sue AC now. Just kidding.
Napster was great, and I really liked Groove Shark. That was like my favorite thing.
I don't
Crucial.
know what that is. I remember I used to use FrostWire too after LimeWire died.
It was like the FrostWire was like the same thing. There was even
It's the
like
exact same shit.
there was
It was
like
like even the same layout. I'm pretty sure they just changed the color scheme and called it something else.
that's really what they did. I don't even remember. Honestly, I think I discovered like
Yo, bring
5.
LimeWire back. Fuck this 6 grand computer. I would burn this shit to the ground and use LimeWire again.
Oh God.
Let this computer go to fucking hell.
LimeWire got replaced by
This
torrenting.
fucking-
Essentially the same thing.
Yo, this fly is fucking with me.
I keep seeing it.
Sucks.
All right.
Anyways,
On to the next one. Now that we went on that crazy ass tangent about LimeWire. All right, so next article you also posted, but this one I find really interesting since I have an Echo.
I
Your
do
Amazon
too.
Echo can now guard your home and listen for glass breaking. So, do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to talk about it?
That's
I
crazy.
don't know. You can start, and I can like throw in anything that
Okay.
I feel.
So, pretty much last September at like this Alexa event that Amazon had last year, they went ahead and announced that they were going to create a feature called, I believe it's Alexa Guard. Let me confirm that. Yeah, it's called Alexa Guard. It's available for all like Alexa-enabled devices. So essentially, when you leave your house, you're gonna be like, Alexa, I'm leaving, or like somehow change you can even change like the wording, like they normally let you. But you're gonna tell her like a phrase. Not you, fuck off. You change the phrase, and she will go ahead and like become like an ARM mode where she'll start to listen out for sounds that aren't her normal wake up tagline or whatever the hell it's called,
Mm.
keywords. And so like if she hears like the sound of like any loud noises, if there's any glass, like the sound of glass breaking, which would indicate like someone breaking into your window or something, and if there's any like if your smoke alarms go off, if you have like smart enabled carbon monoxide alarms or anything, she'll even like listen for the sounds of them, and if they're smart enabled, she'll just obviously automatically know. But she'll go ahead and send you an alert via your phone so that you know something's going on. And if you have ADT, the home security system built into your house, it'll also alert them. You can sync it so like hook it up so that it would alert them. And then
Or
you could also get
oh, sorry.
apparently Amazon Ring, which I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a video doorbell or something. I don't know what Amazon Ring is,
I'll do a quick
but it
look
says
up.
it also works with it as if it was an alarm system. So maybe it's an Amazon-based alarm system. I've never heard of it for this article.
Oh yeah, it is. It's sorry, I'm dying. Um, Amazon Ring Alarm. It looks to be like just like your normal home security system. Like it has like those magnet. I think they're magnets usually. Sensors that you put on windows. So like
Yeah,
they move apart, sets off the alarm. It's also got like those motion tracking sensors that you like put in your hallway and whatnot. I think that's where I
that's
tend to
so
see them. And there's also like a little keypad and everything. And I think it's all probably wireless. So that's what that ring
think about getting those
thing.
for our fucking windows here. We got big ass windows, but we're also in the front of the building, so someone would have to like go out of their way to break into our apartment, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
because the left side is like our left window has like a gate in front of it, like a little like on the window itself is like a metal bar, like, and then the one to the right of it, there's like a stairwell that goes down into the basement, so it's like a 15-foot like elevation.
Oh, I see. So there's one to stop people from like if they do break it, they can't come in, and then the other one's just like you need a fucking ladder.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Like
we're in the front of the building, so it would actually require a little bit of effort.
okay.
I feel like those bars would not be hard to break off of our window at all.
Yeah, but for someone like breaking off bars on the window in Bayside, there's enough people walking around our building to notice that.
Oh yeah, and like you can our walls are brick, but they're not soundproof. Like if I heard something like that, that would be an immediate like I would look out my window and be like, "Oh, nice breaking in. Let me call the police now."
Yeah, but I don't know. I think this is cool. I'm actually gonna look into maybe buying that Alexa Guard system for the Windows, regardless, just to see what it's like.
I think it's cool. I think one of the cooler features to note is that not only does it let you know if it heard something, but it also takes a recording of that noise that it heard to send to you so you can discern whether it is somebody breaking in or if you have a pet, if like maybe your pet knocked something off of a table and you can decide, oh yeah, that's a alarming noise, or no, that was Leo knocking another cup off of
Either
a
way, if he
coffee
knocks my
table.
cup over, I'm fucking calling the police.
The fucking cat's being a dick. Send the
Yeah, I'm
popes.
not dealing with this shit.
Oh shit.
Arrest him.
Arrest. Oh my god.
All
Yo,
right. Well,
why did I just get a screenshot?
of what?
Oh, hold on.
What the fuck?
Yo, I don't.
Hello, we're advertising Skype for free now.
I
Skype.
didn't mean to do
I'm
that.
so tired. I'm like
I
stuttering
don't
my
know
ass
how
off.
I did it.
It's kind of stupid because if I click if I go click on that chat, it takes away my camera. I don't get it. Anyways, one thing. Um, I can't remember. All right. At first I was a little skeptical about like glass breaking because glass can sound a lot of different ways.
No,
Because like I used to do I
glass
used
sounds like glass.
huh?
Like glass sounds like glass.
No, see that's the thing.
I've never
It
heard glass fall and been
glass
like, oh, that
honest
might not be
Wow,
glass.
that glass sounds like popping popcorn.
This sounds like metal.
No, seriously, glass can actually sound sometimes not like breaking glass. If you ask Gizmo, he works with glass like I used to. Except, I mean, I installed. He
Back
makes
when
the
you
windows.
were a useful
Employed.
and employed member of society, now you're just a fucking.
Back when the day
Now
when I
you're
played
just a
taxes,
falsely retired
falsely
waste of
retired.
waste of our tax-paying money.
Your tax-paying money? You're in the
Hey,
My
wrong
Canadian
country.
brethren's tax-paying money.
hey,
Oh shit.
Gizmo, does glass sound like rocks
No,
or
see, it's
feathers?
not rocks. It's just like sometimes like you can piece of glass can break, and it
And it sounds
literally
like a piece of glass.
it
Babe,
no
give me
it
a cup.
doesn't.
You're so lucky I don't have glass around me.
We
No,
only
seriously.
have like one more glass
I
cup,
would
please
shatter this
no.
and piss off Ashley just to prove a point.
No,
I will
seriously.
be so
If
pissed.
you have a piece of glass, right, and you snap it in half, it doesn't sound like a piece of glass breaking. It's not like you're shattering into 1,000 pieces because
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
that's
if you're
different
breaking into
very
sound.
someone's
different
house,
because
you're
if
not
somebody's
snapping
breaking
it in
in.
half.
False.
Exactly.
I've broken glass piece by piece in the window, like in a frame. It's
But
not hard
why? First of all, why? Second of
That
all,
would just
because
take
I was
too long.
bored at
nobody who's
work.
breaking into a house has time to sit there and do that. If they're breaking into a house, they're busting that shit open. They're making a fucking run for it, grabbing whatever they can, and getting the fuck out. They're
Only
not going to sit there and try to break the glass off of the panel piece by piece very slowly.
only the stupid ones rush it. Did you get him?
What? Or
Oh.
Come on,
what?
Miyagi. Use your chopsticks and grab that motherfucker.
But hope
Okay,
I didn't
but
get it. Fix
anyways,
my hair.
so what they actually did do, which is kind of a good thing because of my point saying that glass doesn't always sound like breaking glass. Like it doesn't sound like the stereotypical shattering sound. They actually contracted people to break like all kinds of different windows and shit. They hired licensed contractors to break real glass in a testing lab. They did like single pane, which is like one piece of glass. They did dual pane. Doesn't say that they did triple pane. They should have done triple pane, even though nobody's gonna try and break in through triple pane. And they even used crowbars, hammers, bricks, baseball bats. So
I
it's
remember.
all various sounds because even they know that glass doesn't always sound the same.
Shut up, Jargo. Uh, More
Fuck you.
importantly, story time. I remember the day before I moved into my college dorm my freshman year. This kid who my mom like helped take care of as a kid,
Okay.
named Steven Johnson. He was like one of my good friends when I was in elementary school. He like ended up becoming like a drug addict or whatever bullshit. We went to like different high schools and middle schools, and I ended up moving houses between the time like within like the last couple years of like our like going to school or whatever, high school.
Yeah.
So he didn't know where I lived. And one day, I go outside and my neighbor comes across the street and she's like, "Hey, like, did you know like did you see anything yesterday? Like, were you outside? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Oh, well, someone broke into my house and they stole like my TV and everything." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And like, no, I didn't see anything. And so they have like a police report or whatever. Cops come. They're like a block. They're on the same block as me, but like across the street to the right.
Mm.
So go to sleep that night. Next day, my mom and my brother, I didn't have a car at the time, both get in their cars and go to work. And like 10 minutes after my brother leaves the house, I hear like banging in my house. And I'm like, these fucking Jehovah's Witnesses. I was so mad. So I got up with like the full intent to go cuss someone out and slam my door in their face. And as I walk into my kitchen, I see him and some other like Spanish dude behind him. And he's banging on my window with a rock. And I'm like, "Steven?" And he's like, "Oh, what's good?" And I was like, "What's good? You're breaking into my house?" And he was like, and they just turned around and darted behind my house. and like hopped my wooden fence in the back. And this guy was a fucking idiot because I called the cops. I gave the cop like my fucking bullshit, like whatever, like I saw him, yada yada yada. And like I shit you not, like an hour and a half later, the directly behind my house, like there was my house, and on the same plot of land behind it was a different house. That was like their own block behind me. So I lived on 32nd or whatever. They lived on 31st.
Yeah.
This fucking guy hopped my fence, and that same yard he jumped into, they were at work. He broke into their house, and their neighbors saw him, so they called the cops. And like the cop took my like confession, like took like my statement, or whatever, all within like the same time period. He gets
Confession. Report.
He's my report. Gets a call on his walkie-talkie, and he's like, "Oh, he's actually in your neighbor's house." And like gets in his car, drives like 2 seconds
the
around the
fucking
side of the
idiot.
fucking block. Him and like 3 other cop cars pull up, and they surround the car or the house, and they like go in, and they find him and his friend trying to hide under like rolled up insulation in the attic. I was like, "You guys
What the fuck?
are fucking retarded." I was like, "This shit."
Wow.
For one, now that I work in asbestos, I was like, "There's a good chance this shit was asbestos." And two, you just tried breaking into someone's house, you got caught, so you go in the fucking house directly behind theirs. It's like, come on, man. You gotta at least like use what last of your drug fucked up brain cells you got
Spread that
left.
shit out, man.
Come on.
Damn, at least go like two
At least
streets
go
over.
2 blocks over.
Yeah.
Hey, you could have done something more than that. I was like, holy shit. I was like, this dude is like, he was trying to get caught. And then I remember like, I lived in like a pretty ghetto neighborhood. This is going off on a tangent, but like, I remember like all the stupid ass fucking like hoe ass girls from like my fucking middle school that I no longer talk to were on like Facebook, like free Steven, blah blah blah. And I remember like going on all this shit. I was like, yo, fuck him, because if he would have stole my shit, I would have fucked him and you up. Like, nah, fuck him, let him rot. I remember I used to get so happy every time I saw the letters come in the mail about how his like trial was going, and when I would see mugshots of him on Facebook, so we fucking liking those bitches.
Liking? You were fucking hearting it. You're
Yeah,
doing...
fuck that, because he would have stole all my shit. He stole all that. The kid who lived across the street from me, he stole all of his Jordans. He stole his computer, all the flat screens from their house. Like they took everything. They like wiped them out when they never got any of that shit.
Damn, dude.
So fuck that.
Fuck.
But all right. Now that I told you personal life about how I almost got robbed.
So,
HP is launching. Oh, what?
no, I
do
was
you
gonna say.
Perfect segue. Perfect.
Great segue. That's what we.
Beautifully
That's what you
executed.
come here for, is it? The seamless and flawless segues.
So I was getting robbed, but it didn't happen. So, anyways,
Anyway, here's how HP is gonna rob us now.
true.
Oh, money.
Hey, perfect.
Yeah, look at that
Yeah.
perfect segue. Is there something you wanted to say, Chaco? Or are you gonna continue?
I was gonna read it for you. Yeah, it seems
Oh,
like you've been
okay.
doing all the reading, so I was like, I'm gonna cut this motherfucker
You
out.
know what?
So
Let's see how
anyways,
it looks. All right, let's go. Hit us with it.
Justin posted an article for once in his life. No, I'm just kidding.
For once in
HP is
my
launching
life.
a
Rude.
wireless gaming mouse and what is it? A key? Is it key? Is that how you pronounce that shit? Who knows? Kai?
Qui, Key,
Qui?
Kai.
Queef.
No, it can't be Qui. There's no U. So key-enabled pad to
Queef.
charge it. So Justine, since you posted it, did you want to talk about it?
Yeah, can you actually open the article on your thing though and show them full screen what it looks like? I
Oh,
think
actually,
it
yes.
actually
I
looks
think
pretty nice.
It does. You know what?
It
I
looks
will
super slick.
agree.
If
Look at this beauty motherfucker.
all right, so basically, HP is coming out with a mouse. It's part of their, I believe it's the Omen series. Isn't that what they call like their HP like gaming bullshit? Yeah, it's Omen. Their
do
enthusiast
believe- yeah.
gaming brand is called Omen. So they're coming out with a mouse called the Omen Photon wireless mouse, and the mouse pad is the Omen Outpost mouse pad that can charge. And as you can see right there in the bottom of the first paragraph, they refer to the mouse there as a rodent.
I like that.
So they can go ahead and the mouse pad essentially charges the mouse. It's a wireless charger for the mouse, which I think that's fucking dope.
Oh, this is
but-
fucking so good.
I would buy that because right now I have like this ROG one and it's nice. It took me a while to get used to. In all honesty, it's the Gladius 2, I think is what it's called.
Oh,
It's a
show it
little
up.
bit bigger than my last mouse. My
Show
last
everybody
mouse.
your,
was.
your Gladius.
Yeah.
Okay, can you move it over? There we go.
Can't see. Oh. Is this good?
Yeah, no, that's golden.
Okay.
Is it RGB
Sorry.
or is it red?
It's just red,
Oh,
which works out. Actually, it might be RGB. Honestly, I don't know. It started red because ROGs are all their bullshit's red. I never had to change it because my whole setup's red. So I'll get back to you on that one.
it might be blue too.
I don't know. You know
I
what?
don't
It's
know.
red. We're
It's
just gonna go
bread.
ahead and say it's
Oh,
bread.
okay. So, anyways,
Um,
tell us about this mouse and tell us about the
so
pad.
this mouse uses light beam detection and has a 0.2 millisecond click response time, which is 3 times faster than the mechanical mouse switch, according to HP.
Can you tell us what kind of switch this has?
Uh, nope.
Light. It
It's light
has
beam detection. I said that already.
optical mechanical switch technology. Did you mention that? I don't
I
think
did
you
not.
did.
Nope.
No. Oh, so yes, it's optical mechanical switch technology, which I think is pretty cool. Because
Yeah.
I know that I think there was a company that was actually trying to do that with keyboards, or they did do it. I think Cherry was actually trying to do that. Lasers, like light, like lasers opposed to physical contacts.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
Uh,
That'd be pretty cool. No more clicky though.
We'll get to what Gizmo just said in 1 second, Gizmo. Photon is the mouse itself has a DPI range of 100 to 16,000. So I mean, you can definitely get to fucking customizing that DPI bullshit on there. I remember this mouse that I have, the Gladius one, came with like the worst. It was all three of the options were slower than shit. I would have to like fucking thrust across my entire desk to get that shit to move like a quarter of an inch. It was driving me nuts before I fucking changed it. So it's always nice to get like those options, be able to customize the DPI, which is super nice.
Yeah.
There are 11 buttons on this mouse, which is a lot.
Yo, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do with all those buttons?
That's
I
a
could play a
shit
whole
ton.
game of League with just the mouse.
Yeah, there's 11 buttons on there. HP claims gamers will see up to 50 hours of battery life, and it comes with a USB charging cable, though HP is launching the mouse pad that'll also be able to charge it as well. The mouse pad, for those of you who care, is 13 by 13 inches. So it's pretty good. It's a little bit longer than a foot on each side. I feel like that's a decent amount of like space you can work with there. The mouse itself is, I believe, $129.99. And the
Americano.
outpost, which would be the charger, American, is $99. So you're looking at like $230 just on a mouse if you want to do that.
If anybody wants to see those interchangeable side pads and shit for your thumb and removable buttons, got a nice picture here.
That's kind of expensive for a mouse. I guess it's cool that it like charges itself with like, I don't know, man, $250 on a mouse. I don't know. I feel
Well-
like paying that on a keyboard
well,
is also
Casey,
like crazy.
No, the thing
No, I
is,
did it.
no, hold on. One thing it doesn't mention, or maybe it does, and I'm stupid as fuck. Do you have to charge it wirelessly, or can it be
No,
plugged in?
we just went over this.
Did it?
Yeah. I just said that it comes with a USB charging cable.
Sorry, I must have been reading something else. Or
Yep.
there's
See,
a-
if you
there's-
never-
honestly, I've been looking at this Skyrim video, and I want to play Skyrim now.
killing our production quality here. Killing our production quality.
Killing it since day one, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So I mean, you were saying like $230 on a mouse. It's not really $230 on a mouse if you think about it. It's $130 for a mouse, but there's just this optional pad that's also $100 that lights
Yeah,
up.
but I'm saying if like you want the full experience, it's $230, and I don't know if that's
Yeah.
worth $230 to me.
Well,
If
some idiot. Oh, okay. I don't want to say some idiot because if I had the money, like if I was throwing
Some
around
gizmo.
money, I would buy it. Honestly, no. I think that is a gizmo object. I think Gizmo would buy that. I feel like
Gizmo, would you buy that? Darksiders, would you buy that? Let's see your opinion on that.
Yeah, what's your opinion, guys? Would you buy
honestly,
this mouse?
If I really didn't give it $250 to buy this, just because I think it's dope. I think the concept of a wirelessly charging mouse on like the pad is actually really genius. That's super fucking nice to me. So,
Hmm.
but in a way, part of me feels weird about it because I feel like I'm trading one wire out for another, and the fact that now my desk is still gonna have a wire, because my mouse pad is gonna be fucking wired anyways. You know what I mean?
Well, I suppose, yeah, you're not gaining that wireless ability.
Yeah, that wireless aesthetic. But I mean, I just think I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool. If you want to just grab it and go, if you have like a laptop, I'm sure you'd be able to sync it to there as well, and just be able to come back and charge it by tossing it on your mouse pad.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. I'd buy it, I guess. I'd buy it if it was a little bit cheaper. Let me say that. I would buy it if it was like 200 instead of 230. I would probably consider it a little bit more.
You know, I don't think that would make a difference for me. No, I'm not saying. I swear to God, don't be like that's because your wife won't let you buy it. fuck this camera today. Because I know you were gonna be like, well, that's because your wife wouldn't let you buy the fucking shit. Anyway.
Go ahead and say it, and I'll give
Okay,
you my
but
full
That's
honest
nice.
opinion.
That's nice.
If
Good
I- if I-
job. Good job.
Wow, you love breaking this.
that's not me. That's my
What
camera.
are you doing with your camera?
It fucking
No, that's you. I can see you dragging around your camera. Why are you doing that?
because my camera autofocuses, and then when it does that, it changes the size. I
How
don't know
about
why.
you stop being cheap? Don't worry about buying this mouse and get a camera that doesn't autofocus every 3 minutes.
That's my
Wow.
intention. That is the intention. Remember buying that DSLR.
What are you using to stream this?
This fucking Game Boy Color.
Streamlabs.
Seems like it. Okay, yeah, so why aren't you streaming your own camera to Streamlabs and then pulling Justin's from, like, you can capture from whatever app you're running and capture Justin's camera from that app
Because
and put it up
still
there, then
does
you
it.
wouldn't have that problem.
Still does it.
No, you wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, because you'd be streaming your camera directly to Streamlabs and then pulling Justin's camera from a separate application. That would be two different camera inputs into your Streamlabs. It would not do that.
But then Justin can't see my beautiful face.
He just all he needs to do is open up Twitch.
I don't know. I just go with like video conversation on Skype.
I'll help you set this up on Saturday.
Are we done?
Yes.
Okay.
You bring her in,
Anyways.
she starts
Moving on
trying
to
to
another
run the
article?
show.
Okay. Well, both of you ladies need to relax. First of all.
So it's a new article.
And, well, I'm trying to get there, but you guys are so busy arguing.
Well, I want to talk about.
I'm trying to give the people what they want.
I'm trying to give the people what they want. I have something to talk about.
Okay, well, you know what? Gizmo's in front of you, so I'll wait in line.
That's what I wanted to talk about because
Well-
I actually read about it.
Okay, that's fine. Well, let me go ahead and introduce it.
I can.
Fine. Introduce it, but if you do a terrible job, I'm cutting in.
Thanks. Anyway, so Steam has finally been able to release their Steam Link app for iOS devices. And basically, what that lets you do is it allows you to play any games that you have downloaded to your Steam account and stream them off of your computer and onto your iOS device. You need to have a Steam controller in order to do it. But as long as you have a decent connection, you're pretty much good to go. They tried releasing it about a year ago, but Apple blocked it, and it seems like at the time when they had, I guess, offered or brought up the product to Apple, Apple said no because you were able to purchase games on Steam through that application, and obviously that kind of is competition with Apple if you can purchase games through Steam through the iOS device. So now you can't do that, but as long as you already have bought the game and have it downloaded to your Steam account, you can stream it to your iOS device and play it just about anywhere.
Alright, so I'd like to actually add something to that.
I would too. I want to add my thing first.
Okay, so my...
I don't want you to steal what I have to say.
Oh, don't worry, because you don't use what I have to say. You have been able to do that Steam Link on Android for like the past 2-3 months. I've actually done it a couple times, and you don't even need the gamepad. So I'm surprised that it's... Well, actually, I'm not surprised it's taken them a little bit longer to do it
Well,
on iOS because
There's a reason it came out just now,
Apple.
which I'm trying to get to, but you guys won't.
Well,
Shut
bro,
the hell
I'm
up.
just trying to
I'm
add
not
my
talking,
2
so
cents.
just talk.
Shut up, Chelsea.
it.
God damn it. So yeah, I've actually done it on my phone. Actually, not this one. It was the S8 that I did it, and I mean, like, it worked. It's just like it's not really ideal. I think if with a gamepad, it would be a little bit better. But keep in mind, like, depending on your hardware setup, it may not work as well. The reason for it is because you got to remember that you are streaming it. So not only do you have to run the game, you need to encode it into video and send it. So
I
it's
think
like,
that'd be fine.
well, for someone with like you who has like a higher end system, yeah, it would work out well. But I mean, there's no way that I could load up, Tom Clancy and then send it to my phone from
That
my
link was
computer.
for you, Gizmo. If you weren't sure. Okay, so Apple actually just lost a court case, which is why this is happening. I'm not going to be surprised if we find the Google Play Store on the actual iPhone within the
Oh,
next year and a half either.
right.
Apple lost a court case saying that they were essentially monopolizing the platform of iPhone and not allowing any other app stores to be present on their market, monopolizing pretty much everyone who owns the phone. So I believe it was like this week or late last week that they actually lost this, and I remember reading it while I was at work the other day. I just didn't, for whatever reason, think to post it. But
Mm-hmm.
that is why I believe this Steam Link is being announced now for Apple, is because they officially just lost the court case saying that they can't prevent any other systems from trying to have their own game markets on the iPhone any longer. So no matter how much they don't want it to happen, there's not shit they could do about it.
Yeah,
So
non-competitive practices or whatever, anti-competitive. I can't remember. I'd actually read about it last night, and I don't know why I didn't post it. I read about it and I watched a video on it, and yeah, I'm not sure why I
yeah, I don't
didn't
know. I
share
don't know
it.
why I didn't either, but you
I
know
mean,
what?
like
Glad
that's.
this kind of worked out well. So thank you for posting that, Gizmo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Definitely led us into something that I'm glad we got to talk on today. Takes me to be the informer. So why don't you fucking get a
Wow.
video
Okay.
camera and decide
Oh, he's got
to
one. He's a streamer.
guest appear on our show one time, Gizmo, and stop complaining in the chat.
You should totally have. You know
I
what,
complain in
Gizmo?
the chat all the time.
You complain
Yeah,
about Justin, and that's okay.
it's fine.
Yeah, you
That's
know what,
true.
Gizmo?
There's a lot to complain about there.
Gizmo, I'll definitely come talk to you. You gotta be. You gotta come be a.
Just come to your house. You guys can share the camera together. Two ugly Canadians, one camera.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
That
Gizmo
sounds
probably looks way
inappropriate.
better than you. Okay. So next article. Look at this seamless segue. I'm about to drop this segue on you. You ready for this?
You want to segue? Go to the store and buy
Speaking of Apple, Sony's next gen console might launch with an answer to Google and Stadia.
one. What does it have to do
What
with
the hell?
Apple? He's just trying to pull shit out of his ass now.
No, stop.
Yeah, so that seamless segue. All right, that shit was fucking perfect. I'm pretty sure I landed that. If this was the Olympics, I'd get
It
10s
was
across the
like
board.
What you
a
should have
car
said was
crashing.
speak. Sorry, cut you off. Anyways, what you should have said was speaking of competition. Not.
Nah,
n-
not like that.
Okay. Anyways,
Not like that. It's tacky. It's rushed.
all right. So give us
What?
the scoop, Broseph.
All right. So as we've been like kind of hinting on there, not hinting, but I guess we've talked about it a decent amount, mostly from the aspect of AMD, with like their next gen processors and GPUs going to be performing in like the next gen gaming consoles, whether it was Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah.
We've talked about the PlayStation 5 coming out and about how it's expected to arrive at the end of next year, 2020. Apparently, which we've also spoken about, the Google Stadia, the online game, what would you call it? Game streaming?
It's like a game streaming.
Game
yeah.
streaming service Google's looking to do, which again also an AMD related topic, which is what we spoke on it about how AMD is going to be providing pretty much all the same shit, all the processors and graphics card are responsible for producing that for Google. Essentially, it looks like Sony's looking to kind of create their own way of, I guess, providing real competition towards Google with this like cloud-based gaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
So Stadia essentially, again, I guess we'll go over it. Like we mentioned, it's just essentially going to get a controller. The controller kind of looked like a weird crossbreed between the Xbox and the PlayStation. It might have just been because it was white, which reminded me of an Xbox. It looked a little bit more like a PlayStation DualShock controller. I don't know if Choco wants to pull it up or not. You're gonna get this controller, and you won't need like a fancy you won't need a fancy computer system or anything to run the games on here. You would essentially just need like a computer that was able to stream the video to your monitor, and all the actual rendering and like gameplay would take place on a Google server, where this game was essentially being like done for you. I don't know how to word that correctly, but do you know how any better to like go ahead and phrase that, Chaco?
Why are you tiny?
Yeah, 'cause he's a tiny man.
What? Like how to rephrase?
How to like rephrase it? Essentially, you don't need like a high-end computer, like I said, to play these
Yeah.
games.
No, it's
Google's gonna do most of the heavy lifting for you. You just need a decent internet connection. Faster the better, obviously, because you're gonna be streaming
well.
potentially games in like HD. You're
s-
gonna have to
You,
be able to
s-
produce like a decent connection for the HD streaming.
you know what? I was thinking about this, and if this case, so how it works is your game is actually running on a server somewhere, a Google or PlayStation server, and um, it sends the video, like the video, it sends it to your computer, and your computer plays it just the same way as it plays a Twitch stream. And then when you sit there and you press a button, it sends that you've pressed that button to the server, and then it presses the button on the server,
Yeah,
right? Kind of the same way that the whole Steam Link works. It's the same concept, just on a much farther away.
like a larger scale or something. Would you
Well,
say?
I wouldn't. I don't think I would say larger scale. Um, well, yeah, okay, I guess yeah, larger scale. There's a lot more people going to be doing it, and they're not running it on their own hardware. They're running it on PlayStation or Google's servers. Um, there was something I wanted to add, and now I'm drawing blanks because I don't write anything down. God damn it.
Okay.
Uh,
So why you think about that?
oh, right.
I'm gonna.
No, sorry, I
Okay,
remembered what I
never
wanted
mind.
to say.
Okay.
You were saying that you'd probably need a pretty good internet connection. The
Yeah,
thing is, your internet connection, if they if they do it properly, I would say they can actually probably do it better. Your internet connection only has to be as good as like watching a stream, a Twitch stream,
that'd be
because
nice.
you're only streaming video. Your system is not like um, rendering polygons or anything like that. It's literally just it's the same as watching a Twitch stream. So whatever if you can if you're at home or on your mobile or wherever you're doing it, if you can watch a 1080 stream, then you should have no issue at all doing the same thing because it's the same concept. It's like watching even a
Nice.
YouTube video.
That'll be good then. That'll be good for a lot of people who can't afford the high-end software, or excuse me, high-end hardware to
Mm-hmm.
be able to play the games. But I guess back to the PlayStation one. It seems to be very similar to the Stadia, and also the other thing that comes to mind is GeForce Now from Nvidia, which we've also talked about. Kind of the same concept. Play the game. The game's like rendered on their servers. That they essentially filed a patent, which is what this article is talking about. Something I find interesting with this, but I think it would also still apply to the Google one. I would have to assume. It's going to allow you to optimize any kind of input you want to play the game. So whether you're playing it on computer, whether you're playing it on like another like joystick or some kind of a controller, whether you're using some kind of sensing wands or video camera to capture motion tracking, they're going to allow you to get different kinds of mediums to play the game, which I think is pretty nice. I think maybe Google's going to do something like this. I would have to check it again and confirm on our next episode. I don't remember them explicitly going into detail whenever we spoke about it, about different mediums such as that, other than keyboard, mouse, and
Mm.
obviously the controller that Google is advertising. But if they're not, I definitely feel like this is something good for PlayStation. Because this PlayStation already has like those wand sticks like that kind of remind me of like the old Wii sticks with like but they have the bubble on the end. PlayStation has that shit already. I know some people used to use it
Oh,
to play different games. You know what I'm
right.
talking about?
Yeah, and they lit up blue. I think
Yeah, blue and red.
blue and yeah, that's right. That
Yeah, so maybe if you can use something like that, or you just like the next gen console is going to come with something similar, and you can just hook it up to like your computer or whatever you want to do it via Bluetooth. That'd be a really nice feature. Excuse me. um, but I mean, I'm excited to see how all these come out. It'll be interesting to see how much it actually impacts. I would say like the gaming industry in the sense of how many people decide not to build like a decently high end PC anymore to play their own games, and they'd rather just not submit, but like choose to do one of these like streaming platforms to play their games on.
I think
Because I mean, I could see this being something between like anywhere from like $10 to $20 a month, more than likely the service for either or, and you just play the games you want. The interesting thing to me with this though, sorry to interrupt you, would be there's no way they're gonna give you these services for free, and I don't think they're gonna. The way the world is, everything right now is subscription based. So I don't think they're gonna do it like, oh, buy this like $400 and you can do this forever. That doesn't make sense. They'll lose money on it. So I think they're gonna do it subscription based for the service. And what I'm wondering is, if you're paying for Stadia, if you're paying for this PlayStation, are you also gonna have to pay for the games to play that on your Stadia? Or is it gonna be something like Netflix where you pay for the streaming service and you could just stream everything they have in their library for this flat fee a month?
I feel like they're not going to make you buy the game. I feel like it's gonna be just like like Netflix, because PlayStation does already have a streaming service. Uh,
Yeah.
what do they call it? PlayStation Now, I think it was called. Back when I had my PlayStation, I actually subscribed to it for a couple months. I think it was still pretty early, in back in those days. But PlayStation Now was a service that they had where you paid. I want to say I paid like $15 a month, 15 Canadian a month, and it gave me access to a large, well, actually it wasn't very large at the time, but a library of PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 games. Um, it was like, I guess, kind of their answer to a lack of a backwards compatibility.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, they did have a lot of titles like Last of Us, and there's like some Star Wars games in there. There was a I don't there wasn't a whole, at the
Oh,
time
my
there wasn't
camera
a
got dark.
whole. What?
Sorry, my camera got super dark.
Oh, okay. There wasn't a whole lot of like AAA titles at the time, but from what I've heard, it's gotten a lot bigger now. Um, but yeah, like I said, you paid like X amount of dollars and you got access to everything. So
Yeah.
I feel like they'll probably do the same thing, but I can't see it being only $15 a month. I could see it being 20 Canadian, which is like 15 American, or even 25. Well, okay, 25 I feel like would be pushing it. Did they say
I
how
just feel
much?
like I didn't see anything on here that said a price, but my whole thing is like, I don't see them being able to pay for the cost of these servers and still be able to play these games for $20 a month per person. Because they're
Well,
still gonna have to pay some kind of licensing for these games. It's not like PlayStation gets the games for free.
well, no. I mean, I think it would be a bulk purchase deal.
I guess. Actually, it says right here, Sony already operates its own cloud-based gaming service, which is what you were talking about, called PS Now.
Hmm.
For $19.99 a month, PlayStation owners have access to an
Oh,
all-you-can-eat roster of games ranging from original PlayStation classics to recent hits like The Last of Us, but this is only accessible through the PlayStation console.
yeah. And it seems like, from what I had read here, that the streaming service that PlayStation wants to do, this new one, the Stadia competitor, it would once again be PlayStation games only. It wouldn't be um, titles that are also available on PC or something. It's just whatever's available on PlayStation.
I guess it'll kind of help them in the market because it'll stop. It'll make it so that like they have like their own niche essentially.
Hmm.
Because people will still go to there for PlayStation exclusives,
Yeah, no,
which would
for
be
sure.
nice.
It would be nice.
But all right, I don't really have anything more to add to this one. Do you?
No, not really. I mean,
All right.
not really. Actually, you did mention earlier something about a controller, but I don't see any controllers except for what looks like PlayStation 4 controller.
They had a Google. We showed it before. Google showed their controller. People were clowning it.
Oh, sorry, I thought you
Uh,
had mentioned that there was a PlayStation controller.
no, I said it. It looks like
Oh,
like a weird crossbreed between like the Xbox and the PlayStation controller, but definitely kind of hints more towards looking like a
oh,
DualShock PlayStation controller.
oh, yeah, no,
Okay, I'm going to segue my way out of here. It's past my bedtime.
Oh
All
my
right.
goodness. All right.
Well,
Thank you for
Thanks for
joining
having
us. No problem. You're still gonna be awake because I'm gonna be doing this. But
Unfortunately, but like I'm getting really sleepy and my mouth isn't forming words anymore. So.
she's just
no
bored of
problem.
us. She's like, oh, PlayStation talk. I'm off to bed. Fuck
No problem.
I hate
Well,
PlayStation. All
that.
right, bye.
we should probably start wrapping it up though, just because I have to get up early in the morning to do running around for work.
Oh
So
my
let's pick one.
God.
We have 3 articles left. Let's see which one we want to talk about. Our
Um,
options are Blizzard President doesn't roll out World of Warcraft, TBC.
and
The Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King servers in the future. I would pay for Wrath of the Lich King servers.
I know,
Just throwing
right?
that out there. Okay.
Uh,
Next
oh,
article.
the next one is kind of just a quick like a mention. Um,
Okay.
if anyone does not already own it, like myself, you can actually get a copy of The Witcher, the first one, for free. Oh, it's The Witcher Enhanced Edition for free on GOG or GOG.com. So you can go pick up your free copy of that. Apparently, it's just a mention. It's not a big article.
Nice.
Nothing to worry about. So yeah, go get your copy. I know I'm gonna be doing that after this stream.
The other one would be the HP Omen XS is a dual screen gaming laptop. All right, I kind of want to talk about
X2S.
this one. I didn't know this was a thing. Dual screen gaming laptop.
It's
Can we talk about this? Can you tell
pretty.
me about this?
Yeah, do you know
We'll
what?
talk
Let's
about the Blizzard thing next week. Tell me about this.
tell you about this. Okay. So I think there's been a few, like laptops and shit that have come out
I
or
think
that
you
have
should
been
show
talked about.
the people some photos,
We'll
by the way.
fucking get there. God damn it. So there's been a few laptops that have talked about and everything, that are dual screen. Um, for some reason, I guess a lot of people have been asking for it. So HP decided that they are going to create their own. This is the HP Omen X2S. It is a dual screen gaming laptop. I was kind of like, oh damn, dual screen, but then it turns out it's kind of just a little touchpad. Enlarge some images here. Um,
Yeah, it looks honestly, it looks like they just added like just like what you said, a touchpad or like some kind of. Looks like they plopped like an Android phone in the middle of the fucking computer.
no, it's a Raspberry Pi. No. Um, Now I gotta say, actually, I was sitting there, I was reading the article, and at first, when I first saw it, I was kind of like, well, why do you need that? I mean, I can't remember who it was. There was a company, I think it was Asus or something like that, that created a um a laptop that like you can control the music and shit. Like pause play. Like it was like I don't want to say basic features, but I feel like it was basic. Um, this actually, what I realized, this is like a usage monitor. That would be really good to have, I think.
Yeah, I saw that in one of the photos. That'd be really nice, especially for a laptop. And you can also, looks like use it for like controlling different settings very quickly, such as brightness, sound, Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
They showed it being used as like a number pad. It also looks like it can be used as the start menu for Windows. It'll give you like all the different options from your start menu according to one of the photos.
Oh shit. Nice, nice.
So I think this is actually kind of cool. I think it could have been, I don't know, maybe done a little bit better
Mm-hmm.
aesthetically. Maybe that's just me being super critical, but I think they could have found a way to make the screen look a little bit less out of place in the center of the laptop, in my own opinion.
You
I
know,
don't know if you're showing people the photo of it or if you did, but
yeah, I was showing it. I actually personally, I like the way it looks.
it looks nice. It's just to me, it just feels like
It's just like shouldn't be there.
there. It looks like if I didn't see the headline and I saw that this was like a dual screen monitor, I would have thought someone just left their phone on there. Like just looking at a vague photo without being able to see anything, just all I see is like a lit screen. I would be like, oh, someone's phone is on the front of this laptop.
Hmm. Actually, speaking of phone, uh, the reason why they made this was actually for the Chinese gaming market. Um, turns out, in China, a lot of people will have their cell phones beside them, and they will talk with their buddies to, coordinate attacks or whatever the fuck.
Hmm.
Through like We Speak and whatever. I don't know. I'm not in China. I don't know exactly what it is that they use to talk, but they use their phones to talk to each other.
Yeah.
So what HP decided they wanted to, what they decided was probably going to be a good idea, I guess, was that they would put this screen. That way they can do it all still on the laptop.
That's
Like
nice.
free up the need for that cell phone. And I
I
mean,
feel like, oh, I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say, I was gonna say that, like, even with like like the hardware monitoring and everything, like I dig that. I really like that.
I feel like this is nice. What it reminds me of is like a more useful version of the Apple Touch Bar that they
Oh
have on the
yeah,
MacBook Pros,
yeah.
but a really less aesthetically pleasing version of it. Which I guess is that's Apple's thing is not necessarily the most functional, but will always be the most aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
We went over this, I guess, last week. But that's what this reminds me of, is a more useful version of the touch bar, just like a less aesthetically pleasing version of it.
Mm-hmm.
But this definitely seems like it has a lot more useful features than the touch bar. The best feature for the touch bar was when a YouTube ad comes on. If you're watching YouTube, you can just grab the touch bar and like fast forward through the ad, even if the ad doesn't let you skip it, which was clutch if you watch a
Cool.
lot of YouTube.
So
So
the keyboard does have full RGB.
yeah.
That's pretty cool, I suppose. What was your opinion on the thin hinge? You know how
Thin
it
hit.
like thins down the hinge for the
Oh, you're talking
close.
about in the middle of the screen?
Yeah, what was your opinion on that?
My opinion on it? It looks weird. I think it looks weird.
I kind of like it.
I think it's weird.
When I first looked at it, I thought maybe it swiveled. I don't know. Um, so this laptop, the specs are kind of, they're a little, what's the word?
Well, it's only a 1080. Is only the tiny screen a 1080p, or is the main one a
No,
1080p?
the primary, so the primary panel is a 15-inch panel. It's 1080p, 144 G-Sync IPS,
That's a
or
little bit
there's
underwhelming.
optionally there is a 240 gigahertz G-Sync or 4K model.
Okay.
So I know you'd probably be like 4K, need that 4K though. Um, there is also the second, the small monitors, the small little screens, 6-inch 1080p display. Um, the specs for it are actually, they're kind of vague. I mean, they're not, but they are. It's got a ninth generation Intel i9 8-core CPU with a 5 gigahertz overclocking. What what i9? What ninth gen i9 was 8 core?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what?
Ninth generation Intel i9 8 core. Which ones were not 8 cores? Isn't yours 8 core?
Yeah, mine's 8 core. That's the
So
one I
it's
have right now.
okay.
The
99.
9900K.
Okay, so
It's
could
8 cores, 8 threads, 16 total core count.
was that the only 8 core?
Yeah, I
Was
believe so. I think the only other nine would be like the i9 like X series, which is kind of a completely
oh
different thing.
yeah. Okay. Alright, so it's probably like a 9900.
Yeah, it would
What is
probably
it,
be like a
U or
9900.
something?
Yeah, or whatever it is, T or whatever the fuck
I
that
don't
SKU
know.
number is for the non-overclockable ones.
AMD for life.
Definitely not going to be a K SKU though.
So apparently it does have 5 gigahertz overclocking, so the cooling must be pretty damn good, unlike Apple.
Oh, they do overclocking then?
Yep, 5 gigahertz. It's
On all cores or one core?
it doesn't specify.
Because if
Uh,
it's all cores, then it definitely would have to probably be a K SKU. Then I would have just assumed. But
what?
if it's on one core, it could just be like it could just be 5 gigahertz overclock on one core, like turbo boost to
Oh,
one core. You
uh,
following me there?
kind of, sort of.
Let me see what this turbo boost to.
I don't know. It has a GeForce 2080 Max Q, so it is a 2080, but with like all the other Max Qs, it's like 28. It's toned down a bit, just
Yeah.
because of thermals. That was something I was looking into at one point a long time ago for whatever reason beyond my
Oh, this
understanding.
box is trash. This box doesn't tell me what I
It's
want to
it's
know.
'cause it's Intel. They spent more money on making the fucking molding for that plastic shit
Yo,
than
this box
actually
is dope.
writing.
Going down shit on this. Look at this.
I
Oh.
know, like it does look nice, but they suck at life. So yeah, it's got 2080 Max Q GPU. Does have 32 gigs of RAM and optional Intel Optane memory storage, which is
Nice.
pretty
Optane's
good.
fast as hell. Nice.
Yeah, why don't you have Optane? I'm surprised you didn't buy that shit.
I don't know. You want
What?
me to?
Yeah, do it. How many M.2 slots do you have on your motherboard?
Two.
Two? Oh, they're already populated though.
I could always give Ashley one of my Evos for her computer if I
Yeah,
needed to.
give her the 500.
Give her the 500. Yeah, I'll just have to swap over my operating system to the larger one.
Oh, that's not hard to do in all honesty.
Yeah, I know.
Or no, fucking put it on the Optane.
Yeah, that's true too. I could do that.
But I mean, I feel like that's a waste because isn't Optane supposed to boost SSDs, like
Yeah.
SATA SSDs,
Yeah.
hard drive? Also, then there's no point because the NVMe is
It's
already
already pretty
pretty
quick.
fucking quick. So
Yeah.
okay, don't bother.
Um. Yeah, no, I don't know. I would buy this if I was in the if I was in the like the market for like a cool gaming laptop. This would definitely be something I would buy just because I like the extra feature of the screen. But
Yeah.
I'm not in the market right now for a gaming laptop. I don't think.
Oh, hold on.
I,
One more cool feature. The
what's up?
CPU has Thermal Grizzly's liquid metal.
Liquid metal on there. I saw that.
That's
Yeah, it
fucking
seemed like they
cool.
were hardcore advertising that.
I think it's genius.
I
It's a
think they
good
need to just
idea.
do that more often on most integrated systems. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's just it's at a point, especially with these laptops, they need such better cooling than a desktop because like they're trying to make them as thin as possible and as light as possible for portability. That I don't want to say it's irresponsible, but it's just if it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot not using it at a certain point.
Like bad practice kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just you're just hindering yourself. It's like tying your legs together before you start a race or something. But
Welcome
I
to
don't know. I
Apple.
like it. I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of it. I don't know if I would normally before this would have bought an HP laptop, but I like this one. So I guess my overall conclusion would be I like it. I would buy it.
You know, I've actually always been a fan of HP. I know a lot of people talk shit about HP, but my first laptop was actually an HP Envy. It's a 19-inch panel, 1080.
I remember when laptop panels used to be stupid big. That to me, this is gonna sound crazy, but to me, you can always kind of sell like a really cheap laptop based on how big the screen is. Because sometimes you'll see someone with like a screen like this big on their fucking laptop, and it's like that shit was like 300 bucks at Walmart. And it's because the screen's so big they can make like the lower resolution for fucking huge. But when you go to get like a $2,000 laptop, you end up getting like the 13-inch screen with like the higher resolution and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope,
No
but
idea.
no
Okay,
idea.
so that's just my opinion. Like a lot of times, like especially when I was in college, like people would have like these like computers, or whatever. Their parents bought them at like Walmart, like the day before they came to college, or whatever. And they would go to like pull out their fucking laptop, and they'd be like 300 or 400 bucks, which is not a bad thing. It's what they could afford at the time.
Yeah.
But like they would pull that shit out, and it'd be like not amazing hardware, and like the screen wasn't the best quality, but the screen was like fucking huge. They would have like an 18-inch fucking screen on their laptop, and like that shit wouldn't even fit on their like desk, like their little pull-out desk in college. They would have to like balance that shit on their knee. And like I remember my brother had one like that. It might have honestly been an HP. Um, like it's just for me, it always seems like you can tell like to a certain extent like a really cheaper laptop based on how big the screen is. Because sometimes it's just if it's a lower resolution, it's a lot cheaper to produce a bigger screen, and that's just essentially like you can just see it. When I just remember being at school, like people had like the nicer high end, even just the high end HP one. I can't remember what it's called. My friend Austin had one. It was a 13-inch monitor. The thing was like 2,500 bucks, and it was like super thin. Like my MacBook, again, not the best price performance, but had a decent screen, 13 inches. Like it's just you can always tell to me the bigger laptops in school were usually the more underpowered versions of them.
Hmm.
So
That was something I guess, never paid attention to. Cause like, I don't know. I've never been one for laptops. Like I've never actually had a use for it. The only reason I ever bought that HP Envy was when I went to school for IT, computer network technician. That was like the only reason I bought a laptop. But I mean, like after that, it was just like fuck laptops. I mean, actually, the one that got written off last year February, that was
mhm.
actually, was that last year February already? Holy
You
fuck.
got written off. Oh, your wife.
That laptop, I think I got that because I was taking it traveling to work. Like doing some, I was working away from home, out of town and stuff. I think that was the only reason why I bought a laptop. Should have got a better one, mind you, but yeah, no, I don't know. I've never paid attention to laptops, so I can't say I'm fully understanding what you're referring to, but I'm sure someone does.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I've just always noticed like when I even when I go to Walmart,
Hmm.
like I've been or even Target for example, because there's not a Walmart by my house. When I go to Target and they have like their like 10 laptops they usually have on sale at Target. They don't have like a very big variety. It seems like they either have Chromebooks or like super huge laptops. It's
Like,
like, oh, get this like giant screen laptop. Like, wow, this screen's huge. Like, I could watch like Netflix on this shit from like half the room away.
oh, I see. So it's like the LED, the panel's fucking big, but because it's like 1080, so the actual
The
LEDs,
the cost of it isn't that as
yeah,
expensive
because
to
the LED,
produce, so they're giving you a bigger one, which you'd think you're getting like. It's like, oh, well, this other laptop, because for most people they won't look at it and see like i7, like how many gigs of RAM bullshit. They're like, oh well, this laptop's $200 more and the screen's half the price, so I'm gonna get this one. You following me? That's why that's what I'm trying to say is like most of the time you can tell like when you're in school like who bought for the screen and who bought like for the
Quality.
the quality
Yeah.
essentially. Oh.
Yeah. My brother did that shit. He bought a Dell one day, and I was just like, why? He's like, oh, look at it, it's so big. And I was like, yeah, but it's like an i3.
Yeah, my very first laptop my mom bought me was a Dell. I won't say it was a piece of shit because it was my first laptop. I did have an issue with it where I don't even think it was Dell's fault. It was my hard drive failed and I got another one from Western Digital and that shit failed like a week later. And I had to like get Western Digital to send me a third one, which was kind of annoying, and I had to swap it out. But I wouldn't really say that was like a Dell issue. I did love that laptop. That was like my fucking baby for like the longest. Like I lived and died on that thing.
Everybody loves their first computer, right?
So yeah.
Yeah. So.
Now I got this behemoth next to me. Came a long way since that little ass fucking Dell laptop with an i3 in it.
Good times. Good times.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that kind of
Wraps it up.
Wrap it up. Yeah, we'll be
Yep.
back. Are we back on Sunday? I can't remember when you're leaving.
I'll be back Sunday. We can't do next Wednesday though.
Okay.
I won't have time. I will be in New York next Wednesday, but it's the night before I go to Costa Rica, so I have a lot of shit I have to get done
Yeah. Okay. So
before I
yeah.
go.
All
So,
right.
all right. We'll have one more Sunday fun day. We'll
Even
talk
though
about
it's
maybe
probably
trying to do
Monday.
a longer one or something.
Prob-
Well, it's Monday if you don't fuck it up.
Or if you don't fuck it up, it's your third, I think. I
Whatever.
don't know. We'll see what happens. So, all right, Gizmo and AC
Uh,
Darksider, thank you very
everyone,
much for tuning
yep.
in.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks.
Gizmo, I guess Chaco will talk to you about it. You ever want to guest appear on the show and give us your inputs?
Your 2 cents.
Be nice to have.
Shout out to Baby
Thank you
Bagel.
for tuning in again. Shout out to Baby Bagel. She's actually not in bed, as you can see. She's in
Yeah.
the shower, so she's full of shit. But that's
it.
that's a discussion for another day. So thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We'll be back again on Sunday and Monday if Chaco decides to drag his feet.
Or if Justin decides to be a dick. So, yeah. Hope y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.